Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Donny Winter and I've been doing reviews of the new series titled Star Trek Picard. We have officially received 5 episodes of this series so far, the latest episode being the Jonathan Frakes directed episode titled Stardust City Rag. So this video is going to review that. Like my reviews tend to go, I'm going to begin by giving you a general overview of the episode, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about some spoilers and Easter eggs that I noted throughout its entirety. So just brace yourselves for that. I'm going to be prompting you when I get to that point, so just brace yourselves until then, I guess. So this episode was, again, like I said, directed by Jonathan Frakes, who has already directed one other episode in this season, and he's also been known for directing some of the Star Trek Discovery episodes, and he even went as far as directing some of the episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, so we know that he is, in fact, very comfortable in the director's seat, and if memory serves, I believe he also directed Star Trek Insurrection, which was the third Star Trek The Next Generation film. Correct me, Star Trek fans, if I'm wrong. It's 6:15 in the morning. My brain is a little bit mush. But overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I think that this series is really capitalizing on suspense, much like the prior episode did. So that, I think, it's one of its strongest selling points, aside from the nostalgia factor in bringing back characters from the classic 90s Star Trek shows that we have fallen in love with. Without further ado, I'm going to move forward into talking about some spoilers and going over the story of the episode. So if you do not want spoilers, you may want to click away at this point. This episode begins where the prior one left off, so the characters have finally picked up Elnor from Vashti, I believe that's the name of the planet, and now everybody is still on their way and trying to figure out, how to proceed in going to Freecloud, which is a casino planet. So 7 of 9 joins the crew and decides to help them on their endeavor to, find Commander Maddox, or Dr. Maddox, I think that's his title, on this planet, because he's gone missing. The interesting thing about this episode is that it begins in a very heart-wrenching way, and I literally had to pause the episode after its first scene because, like the other episodes, it starts with a flashback, and this one flashes back to years prior, where we see Icheb, the character from Voyager that we all loved from the latter seasons, the estranged Borg orphan, and he's being basically tormented by someone. Like, he's being brutally tortured by having his implants removed, by someone wanting to extract them and sell Borg technology, and it's a very difficult scene to watch. And at the end of the scene, 7 of 9 comes and ends up having to mercifully kill him because of the horrible pain that he's in, and it's a gruesome scene to watch. And at first I really didn't know how I felt about them killing Icheb, but I guess my thoughts is that they were thinking that it would be something that would really motivate 7 of 9 to do what she does with the Fenris Rangers, especially to continue to motivate her on her quest to bring some sort of stability and order to the neutral zone areas that were abolished and kind of left behind by the Federation. So it was a really difficult scene to watch, and that's really what set the tone for this entire episode. In fact, at a certain point in this episode, 7 of 9 refers to him as her son, and the fact that she actually loved him. He was like a son to her. And so anyway, so the crew prepares to go to Freecloud City, and they end up finding Maddox, who is basically captured by the Tal Shiar, essentially, and they propose a trade, to trade 7 of 9 for Maddox. Of course, it's a ruse. Suffice it to say, 7 of 9 has her own motivations and own intentions, much like she does in many different episodes of Star Trek Voyager, but for this episode, she finds the person who basically facilitated the capture of Icheb and killed her because she also was facilitating the capture of Maddox because she does dealings with the Tal Shiar. So 7 of 9 got revenge for Icheb being captured by these people selling to the Tal Shiar. So it was a very intense battle in this bar, and each of the characters had their little moments. Every character had some development, which was nice, including Rafi. We get to see her son, and her son is married to a Romulan. However, her son, I think his name is Gabriel, doesn't really want anything to do with her because of the very troubling decisions that she's made in her life, and we kind of get some more discussion about the Federation being insidious. After that, like, she ends up coming back to the crew of the ship that they're all on because she doesn't find really any home or place with her son. So that was really difficult to watch for her to go through, but again, I think we're going to get more context on that. So after everything happens, Maddox is rescued and everybody beams back up to the La Serena, I believe that's the name of Rios' ship, I think. And 7 of 9 ends up going with them as well. And her and Picard have like this really sentimental moment where they bond over reclaiming their humanity from the Borg and their progress in doing so. And it was a beautiful scene. It was the scene that I've always wanted to have between Picard and 7 of 9, the one that I've always imagined where they bond over their trauma from being former Borg drones. So now the really interesting turn at the end of this episode is Maddox is essentially getting medical treatment for what he went through, and he is reunited with Agnes Jurati, who not only is his colleague as a cyberneticist, but additionally also his lover. We get that context in this episode, and the episode ends with Jurati killing him because Jurati was introduced to information by Commodore O that really traumatized her, and she really didn't know what to do with it, and whatever it was, it convinced her that she needed to kill Maddox. So Maddox is dead. I thought that was a very interesting turn. Again, it kind of builds off from the suspense that a lot of these episodes are creating. Some Easter eggs that I noticed that I really enjoyed. When they get to the planet Free Cloud, we get to see Rios beams down in front of like a town square or a city square where we get to see Quark's bar, or at least one of Quark's bars. So let's assume that maybe Quark has multiple bars throughout the Alpha Quadrant now. We also see another store next to his for the hairstylist Mott, which was really interesting. And we haven't heard of him since, like, Star Trek The Next Generation. So that was a nice little nod and Easter egg. We get to see reference to Quark in their interaction with the people who were working with the Tal Shiar. Apparently, Quark and Rios have some sort of history. We even get the name dropping of the Ferengi homeworld, which is nice. At a certain point, 7 of 9 name drops Voyager. So a lot of things are coming together, and it's amazing. Of course, I'm still really sad that Icheb is gone. That's going to take me a long while to get over that one. But overall, I give this episode an A. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It was exciting, and I love it. Anyway, so share your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, if you're a Star Trek fan, and stay tuned for my next review of episode 6 next week. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.